Hello again, Aquarius. It's Dadhichi here with the May 2014 horoscope, and as I've been saying to some of the star signs watching the segments, I'm starting to get a sense for a lot of you that, this typical way of reading, the month-by-month horoscope is not perhaps the ideal for you, a chronological timeline. I'm getting more the sense for you that, maybe just for today anyhow, and for this month, that, more of a thematic approach to what's happening in your life is probably more what you need. And I say that because you've got some rather unusual and conflicting elements astrologically affecting the inner part of your life just now. It's almost, I just had the image of like a dinosaur egg cracking open and something very powerful emerging from that. There is a lot of frustration. In the upper part of the horoscope we see Saturn and Mars now. And in Hindu astrology, when a point, this is the upper part of your horoscope, is hemmed in by two what we call first-rate malefic planets. This is called Papakatari Yoga, or the constriction of that particular area of the horoscope. This part of the horoscope has to do with your ego development, your sense of self. And these two planets, Mars and Saturn, are diametrically opposed in their action. The way they function is very, very different. One is gung-ho, that's the Mars, the power aspect. Saturn is more the cautious, traditional, conservative aspect. Have a look there on the 9th of May. The hard aspect from Saturn, your 10th house of career, to the Sun in your Sun sign, indicating the possibly crushing weight of responsibility at this time in your life. Frustration is bound to occur, especially if you're in a state of panic, a state of fear, a state of creative deprivation. This is not your style as a star sign. You are known to be someone who is progressive in every respect. So what's happening to you is unprecedented in your own mind, if not in the minds of others just now. You're starting to wonder, like, second guessing yourself, doubting yourself, wondering, how do I break free when I used to feel free? You see, that freedom can be powerfully activated around the 16th. Venus will be in the conjunction of Uranus, the ruling planet, or one of them, of Aquarius. So that frustration may be there till the middle of the month for you. You have to hang in there and work with that pressure, that internal pressure, to bring back, to restore the independence and the confidence that you have in yourself, Aquarius. At the bottom part of the chart, the other thing I'm interested in, it's an interesting configuration there. You've got Mars and Saturn at the top of the chart, and then at the bottom you've got the south node, the past karma point, and the Sun. So this is really bringing a lot of your past to bear upon who you are. But as I said, it's that dinosaur egg that's cracking open with this immense power, if you allow it to come up and act as a wellspring of spiritual awareness to you. 21st of May, you have the Sun moving to the 5th house. I'm trying to give you a little bit of the esoteric side of astrology here too, not the usual stuff that we've talked about. I'm sure some of you watching this have been to the hundreds of other sites where they give the same old, same old. We have in our audience here, I'm sure, a lot of people that have a very developed spiritual awareness. The Sun moving in the 5th house on the 21st triggers a lot of these energies that I've been talking about just now, where you're able to direct that to this sense of independence and freedom. But don't forget, the problem a lot of Aquarians have is that they forget that with that freedom comes a lot of responsibility. And that's why, for some of you, that hard aspect between Saturn and Sun, and also the Sun and Saturn, a dual sort of aspect just now, is tough, because it really indicates that pressure may be getting the better of you. It may be cramping your style, when you start to have obligations to others, to family members, children, elderly parents, and your freedom is automatically constricted. But not to worry, all these cycles are changing, and that's always the good news. And I like to usually leave the the reading on a good note towards the end. There is a movement of Venus to the fourth sector of your horoscope, while Mercury moves to the sixth house on the 29th, and then a very favourable aspect of the Sun to Mars on the 31st. Now these are good aspects because they can relieve you of a lot of that stress. Venus in particular is wonderful as it moves into the fourth house. It actually has a very strong, what we call directional strength, or Digbala. The Hindu astrologers call it Digbala. And for some of you, finding love in the northern direction will be something you might want to consider. There could be almost like a karmic pull or persuasion and energy that will take you into that direction towards the end of the month. I'd be curious to hear from some of you on some of these predictions. You know, feel free to crucify me if I'm wrong. We're not infallible. On that note, I'll leave you and hopefully see you here next month with the feedback. In the meantime, you can join me at astrology.com.au and we can talk even more about your star sign in depth there, the daily, monthly and yearly readings. Take care now. Bye-bye.